The story of Daniel in the lion's den. Daniel was a faithful man of God who lived in Babylon. During the reign of King Darius, he was known for his wisdom and integrity, and King Darius greatly favored him. Daniel was appointed to a high position, being one of the three main governors of the empire. However, this caused envy among the other leaders of the kingdom, who could not stand seeing Daniel being so respected. These leaders then began to look for a way to bring Daniel down, but because Daniel always acted with honesty and faith in God, they couldn't find anything wrong with him. Then, they came up with an idea. They knew that Daniel prayed 3 times a day, facing Jerusalem, asking for God's help. They went to King Darius and convinced him to create a law that forbade anyone from praying to any god or man except the king himself for 30 days. Anyone who disobeyed this law would be thrown into the lion's den. King Darius, unaware of the malicious intentions of the leaders, signed the law, and it was published. When Daniel heard about the new law, he was not afraid. He knew that, despite the threat, he could not stop praying to God. So, as he always did, Daniel went to his room, opened the windows facing Jerusalem, and prayed 3 times a day with fervor and trust in God. The jealous leaders, knowing Daniel's commitment to his faith, rushed to the king and accused him of disobeying the law. King Darius was distressed when he learned that Daniel, whom he greatly valued, would be thrown into the lion's den. He even tried to find a way to save Daniel, but the law of the Medes and Persians could not be altered. With a sorrowful heart, the king ordered that Daniel be thrown into the lion's den. Before the den was sealed, the king said to Daniel, "Your God, whom you serve so faithfully, will deliver you." Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, but, to everyone's surprise, he was not harmed. That night, God sent an angel to shut the mouths of the lions, and Daniel remained unharmed. The next morning, King Darius rushed to the den and, with a trembling voice, asked Daniel, "Has the God whom you serve been able to rescue you from the lions?" And Daniel answered, "O king, live forever, my God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me, because I was found innocent in his sight." The king was overjoyed and ordered that Daniel be pulled out of the den. He also commanded that the men who had accused Daniel be thrown into the lion's den, where they were devoured before they even reached the bottom. After this great miracle, King Darius issued a decree for his entire kingdom, ordering that everyone respect the God of Daniel, saying, "He is the living God who endures forever. His kingdom will never be destroyed, and his dominion will last forever." Daniel prospered during the reign of Darius and also during the reign of Cyrus, king of Persia. Moral of the story of Daniel in the lion's den teaches us to trust in God, even in the most difficult times. Daniel did not let fear or the threat of death prevent him from following his faith. He remained faithful to God, and through his faith, he experienced divine protection. The story also shows us the power of prayer and courage in the face of adversity.